I hear a lot of guys complain about the fact that they're not able to have sex with girls. It's not working for them. They're not getting to that point, or they can't get a girlfriend. And I see this a lot in the comments too. And a lot of negativity in the comments, or a lot of people trying to tell the truth. Like, you need looks, you need money, you need status. First of all, yeah, absolutely. Looks, money, and status help. But there's a factor in here that anyone can work on, which is your personality and the way that you behave. And trust me when I say I've taught many clients this, guys who've done coaching with me. I've seen it from friends of friends and even my own friends of people who don't have looks, money, and status, but have a killer personality and make it work. And they're able to sleep with women and have an active dating life and all that stuff. So personality, charisma, all that stuff definitely helps. So don't listen to the nonsense in the comments of people disagreeing with that, okay? So that's a little bit about what we're talking about today. And it's awesome because when you learn this and you're able to have more sex, it's gonna give you more confidence. You're gonna feel more fulfilled, right? It's gonna make you feel just really good all the time. And that's gonna be great because that's gonna make you feel more confident in other areas. And I remember for myself even, when I was able to have an active dating life and be able to have sex with women that I was interested in, it's like this made me feel good. And I started to feel more inclined and encouraged and motivated to fix other areas of my life, right? It's just like a natural thing that everyone should partake in. That is, of course, if you're not religious, barring that concept, but it actually makes you feel better. And also you'll be able to start to fulfill some of your sexual fantasies. I know a lot of guys have that, right? You probably have some. And so if you want to start to do that, well, you're gonna have to learn how to get to the point where women are actually having sex with you. That's what we'll be going over on today's video. And if you don't use this stuff, what ends up happening is, well, obviously you're not going to be fulfilling some of these fantasies. You're not going to be having sex. It's going to cause you to be more lonely, less confident. You're going to feel more worthless. It's pretty bad if you don't actually get to the point where you're fulfilling this part of your life. So let's get into it. Here are the two main reasons why guys are not sleeping with women. One, either they're not building attraction, right? So they're talking to women, they're not building attraction, and they're just getting into the friend zone. Or number two is they're not talking to enough women. Guys think that, they can talk to a few women in their social circle and those girls aren't interested in them and boo-hoo, I can't get any girls, no one will like me, and that's it. Let me tell you the reality. Here's the real truth. If you want to get to the point where you're having sex and you're dating and you're having an active, real dating life and not in the friend zone anymore, you have to talk to a lot of women. That's the reality. It's a numbers game, okay? And depending on how much you build out your personality and learn how to build attraction, it's a large numbers game. We don't want a massive numbers game. We want a little bit smaller, but it's going to be more than you think it is, okay? You have to talk to a lot of women, approach a lot of women, and you need to be talking to a lot of women online. So that's what you need to be doing. So that's probably the reason why you're not getting to the point where you're happy with your dating and your sex life. Again, A, you're not building attraction with the women that you actually meet, and usually it's both of these, you're not talking to enough women or getting enough leads. So how do you do this? Well, let's attack A first, right? So A is you're not building attraction. You got to use some sort of system. My system that I use that's worked for me, that's worked for guys who have the Hooked program, that's worked for clients of mine. We use the system of TED, tension, entertainment, and dominance. That's the acronym. It's TED. This is the way to build attraction. So how this works is when you use this system of TED, and I'll explain exactly how to do that, but when you use this system, you're giving her a variety of emotions through the way that you behave. So this does not take exceptional looks, exceptional status, or a lot of money. You can actually use this and get results in your dating life. So the system TED, tension, that's about being more of a challenge. Okay, a lot of guys, they're not challenging enough to women. They're very agreeable. They text back right away. They can always hang out. So you've got to make sure that you're being a challenge to a woman. I go over more concepts and examples of this in my Hooked program, but at least you can understand this for now. And a way to be a challenge is to make sure that you're kind of pushing her away verbally more than pulling her in. Not giving her a lot of compliments, maybe teasing her a little bit. You're going to be more of a challenge to a woman. A lot of guys don't use this concept. And then there's E, entertainment. And I know all this is counterintuitive. Guys are using what they think is the intuitive way. This is the counterintuitive way. So E is entertainment. You're prioritizing your entertainment, meaning you're prioritizing your fun and interaction. Not going in to impress her, to make her laugh, to make her have a good time, but going in to make sure you're having a good time. That's E. D is dominance. That's leading the interaction. And a lot of guys don't do this. They don't lead it. They don't go for the close. They don't go for the number. They don't go for the date. They don't go for the kiss. They don't go and escalate to sex. They don't make these moves. They don't lead her through this. And because they're not doing that, it's not going anywhere. And I remember a long time ago, I did this specifically with a woman. I remember we were on a date, and it was a date, and I did not make any moves with her, and I wasn't being a challenge, and I wasn't doing anything correctly. And I remember at the end of the date, she gave me a hug and looked at me like, how come you didn't make a move? And then I never heard from her again. So that's a TED system. We combine the TED system, which is building attraction, with leads, because you got to use the system with the women that you meet. How do you do that? Online dating. Online dating and approaching women in person. That's how you get all the leads. That's it. It's very simplified. Very simplified. Again, more details on examples of how to do that in the Hooked program, but at least for this, you can know. And here's something that you can do right now, okay, to make this work for you. What you can do right now is you can go on 5 different apps and sites. So right now during this video, or you can use the most popular ones, but right now during this video, the most popular ones are Hinge, OkCupid, Match, Bumble, and Tinder. So get on those, and I want you to start swiping and messaging and getting those girls and start building the leads that way. And then this week, I want you to pick one day this week that you'll go out for 1 hour and talk to 5 different women and start conversation and start applying a little bit of this TED system. And even if you don't know it that well, at least go out and still do 5 approaches and just see what comes of it. So now we're building leads through online and through in person, and then boom, combine that with TED and you're off and running. You can go in the description and check for the link to the Hooked program at getherhooked.com so you can learn more about that. I really encourage you to go out and do this. So here's what I'm going to do. If you did the exercise that I gave you, if you do the homework, I want you to write in the description down below and say, I did it, okay? I did it. That's all I want to see. That means that you did it and you started this process. I want the guys who are watching this channel, I want us all together to start working on this stuff and taking action. It's time. No more sitting around. Let's get to work. So I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.